This new situation gives you more work, though, doesn't it? Because now there's no gates between you and the public. There's no editors, or there's no this person or that person acting as a filter. There's you and the market. You're directly in touch with your clients, and therefore the demand on you as a person, as a PR manager, is that much greater than perhaps if you were just the marketing manager, as you might be called 5 years ago, who was relying totally on the old media.
They compare us with other restaurants. That's probably what our customers are appreciating a lot.
Yeah.
That personal relationship and personal touch, all the top management team are trying to provide. The general manager, let's come back to the Musamoto events.
Yeah.
After I've been serving the food, we closed the station and a lot of people came to me to talk about the different stuff. Yeah. And I introduced myself like, hi, I'm Evgenia, I'm a marketing director of Chicago Prime Restaurant. And the guy was like, you're a marketing director? We thought you served. And we thought you'd been doing a great job. I'm like, what's the difference? I mean, if I can, why not? Yeah. And it's a great opportunity to get the people. Yeah. And probably for all of us, we're always trying to be in the restaurant, watching what our people are doing, what kind of service they provide. We try to communicate with all guests we have in the restaurant. And if you will take me, Ken, Paul, Andre, all our top management team, we probably we know our guests for 100% by name and whatever they're doing in their life. Do they have wife? Do they have kids? And a lot of other information, because we're trying to communicate with them. And emailing thing for right now, because all of our people who's in our database, they know from who these emails actually come from. They know that this is from me and I'm a real person and they can write me something back. Right. That's a lot of work, but I believe what's the difference between, I would say, something like a trendy project and fundamental concept when you're creating something. This is much harder to market if we're talking about the fundamental concept. This is much harder to get people in because you're doing the marketing, but you're doing it not aggressive. If you are aggressive, you attract the people much faster, but I believe as soon as something will come up on the market, trendy or fashion or new, these people will leave you because this is what they're looking for. And fundamental concept and the way we're doing it, we're building a great relationship, like you build it with your family, with your friends, with the people, I don't know, who actually means something to you. And this is cost much more.
In a world then, if you imagine a few years' time and there's no established media, just don't exist, or everything's online, and all we have is a world with personal relationships and invites and word of mouth. How do I set the benchmarks? How do I kind of set, if I'm new to Moscow, everybody says, oh, this place is fantastic and this place is really good, and who do I turn to sort out for myself which place is good and which place is bad when everybody's saying this is fantastic? Do you know what I mean? But everybody's relying on the restaurant, but everyone's relying on the personal invites.
Easily go to the internet. Let's say if we talk about the restaurant industry. There is so many forums right now, and let's say like restaurant rating.
But because there's so many, that's what worries me. And if there were just one, it'd be easier. There's one authority, and everybody knows that that's the word of God, But there's 10 of them or 20 of them. Then it gets confusing, and I may not have the time, to kind of sift through all the information.
But when you go, let's say you're reading the newspaper, that's also might be only positive reviews.
Yeah.
And I believe that we're gonna be for a long time having that printed media as a newspapers, as a magazine. It's still good.
It's still gonna be there.
It's still good. It's just the way we, like, let's say if we're doing the PR, it's not I would say paying advertising. It's a PR. I love it. I love when some critique write about something. about something good or bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can actually read it because it's interesting.
Yeah.
And this probably works better than just an ad.
Yeah.
And I believe we're still gonna have it, and it's nice sometimes to have a breakfast in any other place and just go through the newspaper. And it doesn't matter do you read it or not, do you find something interesting or not. Just the thing is, when you look at the magazines, let's say fashion magazine, there's just so much advertising. You can't even find the information to read. That's one thing. That's probably how it's worked right now, and I can't say about the fashion industry.
But then again, also,
work,
if the magazine is just full of advertorial, then the credibility goes way down.
Yes.
People don't take it seriously, and then therefore they don't read it. But if it's full of independent articles, which sometimes are critical, the credibility goes up. But then the magazine can't earn any money.
And as I said, like Element and Passport magazine, he was writing for the expats who is actually new in Moscow. They don't know the Moscow. They have a lot of articles, different articles about different places, restaurants, movies, I don't know, different stores. And other things. This is kind of probably interesting because it's independent opinion. And it's like, I remember when we just opened up the restaurant and I met with a journalist, all the meetings I had, it wasn't like most of the restaurants doing on the market, they just doing the, let's say, press lunch or press dinner, invite 20 people and I would say present the project. I met personally with each and one of them from different media, different newspapers and magazines. And every time I just met and introduced myself and the project to this person, I always said, hey, even if you like the restaurant and you like me, I want you to write truth. Because if the, let's say, customer, a new customer to our project, gonna open up the newspaper and see, here is what's good about that, here is what's bad. This look more realistic. And this is probably what might give an idea to go and visit that, because so many things are good about that, and there is a few of them bad. And that's what give me an independent opinion. I would say look from outside, what might help me to improve the restaurant, improve the service, improve the quality, improve even the menu, the layout, is it convenient or not convenient. There is so many things. We don't look at the critique as something bad. We look at this as something good, what gives us an opportunity to improve our mistakes if we have them. Or sometimes there is some mistakes, I wouldn't even call it as a mistake, because all of us has a personal, individual opinions. And let's say I like it and you don't. And I would never find a way to like us the same thing, because let's say you like fish, I don't like the fish. This kind of thing cannot be improved. It's just because based on the personal opinion, what it will give me, maybe next time when this person is going to be here, I will suggest something else. If this person doesn't like the fish, let's say, or something. But something like you have a, let's say, if we'll talk about the menu, it's all great, it's beautiful and blah blah blah, but let's say it's not convenient to read. The fonts are too small, or there is not enough explanation about the dish, and let's say this person would like to read it, not to get the information from the server or something like that, or add something on the website if you don't have it, put the banners. This is something, the critique is always good, because you can see yourself and your project you're working on, I don't know, from another, from the other point of different people, and this is what help you to grow up.
That's maybe something good then for the old media, because by design, the new media, it seems to me, it's like on Facebook, you can only like. You can't not like. You can't do a negative comment on Facebook.
And you can actually read you can leave your comment on the wall.
Yeah, okay. But it's mostly designed for sort of positive signals, whereas the old media, it seems to be designed for for both. I would say they're predominantly critical, or not negative, but critical, objective sort of thinking signal.
If we will talk about the business, if we will talk about the old media and printed media, how we use it right now, I would say in 60% it's free for us and it's PR. When we're creating an event and actually restaurant critic can write something and write an opinion, how was it? And I'm not talking about, and this is actually good and we like it. Every time we have an event, we're inviting the restaurant critics to write something about us. And this, I believe, might be interesting to the people who is reading the newspaper. And what is not working, in my opinion, it's the ad. Which you pay for that.
Right.
You place it there, but it's work, but doesn't give you an effect and input. You actually you spend some amount of money, and I can't guarantee that I'm getting back this amount of money. It's just work as an image and make the brand recognizable. That's it. And I agree that we need to have the printed media at least to write an article like that when the, I don't know, journalists can put an opinion, independent opinion, with the good and bad things together about different restaurants or different bars on the market.
Evgenia, you are an enlightened PR marketing manager. It's wonderful to talk to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.